Hello, everybody, and welcome to Trading Within the Box. I'd like to welcome everybody to the charts here. And today is June 20th, okay, on Tuesday here, 2023. This is not a recommendation to buy, hold, sell stocks, options, or any equities, futures, or Forex. This is an educational video only. If you'd like to purchase stocks, please contact a licensed professional or the brokerage house of your choice, and they can help you in the execution. Please like and subscribe my channel, share my channel if you like the content here, and let's get to it. Okay, so right now GLD Gold, the trust fund, which is an ETF. Okay, I want to go over this with everybody here because people are asking me about gold, what happened to it, and we're just pulling back here. Okay, so we came off the bottom, okay, with the W. Okay, we came up, we went into the supply area, which was right there. Okay, we came back to support, which was right in this area, right in there. See it? Right there. Okay, then we came and we surged up with this huge increasing volume right there. Okay, we came up and look at the crossover. This is on a weekly chart. Okay, went into the reversal candlestick right there with that huge volume stick. That's a magnet, right? As we've been going over here. Okay, we come up into it with lighter volume, we fail. We come up into it, we push, and we fail. Okay. So now where are we? Okay, now we're back at support level because we got up and above this area right here, right there. See it? Okay, we come back with lighter volume. See the lighter volume coming back into this area. Okay, that's where the buying surge was. Okay, and look at down here with the volume stick. Okay, so if you look at that spot right there, you're seeing here another formation here. So we're going to see what happens here. We're going to follow it on a smaller time frame. Okay, let's go over to the daily chart and let's look to see actually what's happening here. Okay, and now we're sitting right where I have that green line, which is the support level. Okay, we're sitting right at a buy area. Okay, let's go to a 2-hour chart so we could narrow it down to where you could see it, where we're going to trade within the box here. Okay, you see it right there. Okay, and that's trading within the box because you have what you're doing is you trade off support, you sell at resistance, you trade at support, sell into resistance, buy at support, sell into resistance, buy at support. Now, on this area right here, when we came up with a good amount here, okay? So it looks like the buying interest is getting a little stronger right in this spot right here, okay? You see it? Now we're coming back again to test this area again. So let's see what happens when if we hold, okay? And then we get some follow-through volume, and then we want to see the breakout if that's going to happen. So we want to see what gold is going to do. Now, this isn't a surprise because we went over the dollar weeks about maybe a month ago by now because time goes by so fast. And we were around this area, and that was around the end of April-ish, okay, and the beginning of May, and we were basing, and then we got the engulfing, okay? Then we got this massive buy signal right here with the capitulation candlestick right off support, giving you a point to where support is, okay? Now we're coming back. There's a weekly chart. We're back to the support level here, okay? So you want to see it hold, come up, boom, we get the breakout, and then we get, look at that, retest W. And then we go up. Or do we go sideways on the dollar? That could very well happen too. We could just hold and go sideways for a while. And then we're trading within the box again, okay? So that's something that you want to be focused on what they're doing with the dollar, okay? Let's go to Procter & Gamble because that's been such a nice setup here. We're trying to watch it and follow it here. And we came off the bottom here. Now let's look for a retest W here. We're starting to get the retest W on the weekly chart. Now keep in mind, earnings, July 20th, the week of, there's a weekly chart on Procter & Gamble on June 20th, okay? Right now we're at 1:51 p.m. here, okay? So now look at this, okay? We're getting a retest W. Now, if we hold here, we start heading up. This is going to be an unbelievable trade, okay? It's going to be a beautiful trade here. So this is what we're watching. Let's go back to the candlesticks and go back to the daily chart now. Okay, let's look at it here, okay? As we're looking at it, what do we see here? We're getting higher lows on the daily chart now. And look at the volume, the interest here, okay? It's not as big as this area right here, but you see this little block of buying? It's still very, very good here, okay? Remember, you're at a higher range right now, okay? So let's pull the chart back because that's what we do. So remember, when you came here and you were down in this area and you came up, you had some mixed bag of volume, but then you started heading up into the uptrend, okay? Then when you came back here, this was the second buying area with the sideways consolidation and then the breakout. And the breakout was right there, okay? So now look at the interest in the buying here, okay? Now we're at another higher low here, but remember we're at a higher price, so not as strong, but very good, okay? We get on the daily chart, we get the retest W, okay? And then we start heading up, and we got beautiful volume coming into that, okay? With that beautiful volume stick, okay? Going in, that's by the week, okay? That was last week. So now we get up and above this area. So we're up and above right now. So now we're waiting for a little bit of a pullback here with lighter volume. Hold, we get the retest, and then we start heading up, and we break this area. Come back, hold here, break this area, and then you're going up, okay? But then you got a supply line right here. So when you stretch this out, let's just stretch it out and see. So what's our profit box, as I call it? Your negative space area. 152.75 is your resistance area. Okay, so let's say we pull back into this area right here. Let's just say. Okay, let's say we come back to, let's say we're at support right now. Okay, we come back a little bit lower or we just hold. Okay, so let's say 148 or 149 to 153. Okay. Okay, that's 4 points from this point to here. They were just getting a piece of cheese. So remember, when these guys have 1,000 shares on and they make 4 points, they just made $4,000, let's say, in 3 or 4 days, okay? So that's how these things work, and that's how these things act. So as we're going in with the 2-hour chart, what are we doing? We're getting our setup coming to us, okay? You want the setup to come to you. You don't want to chase. So if you were chasing, you'd be chasing up here. And that's not what we want to do. We want to pull back, and we want to pull back a lot. We got a lot of interested buyers, okay? See them? Down here, okay? We got less sellers. You see them down here, the little red volume sticks, okay? We had a little more taking a profit. That's just taking a profit right now, pulling back. As we pull back, and we hold, and we start going up, that's what we want to see here, okay? So we want to break this down on Procter & Gamble. We want to go to a 4-hour chart. And what do we see on a 45-minute chart? And we're all the way on the bottom, and we're holding right now. We're holding, okay? So this is something that we want to start to see trending up. See how it started to trend up? It came down. We got the W. We don't have any retesting here yet, okay? It might drop a little bit lower and then hold the support area, and then we start getting the retesting, and then boom, the takeoff, okay? Let's see. That's something that we're going to be waiting to see, okay? Remember this. We have some volume stick here, okay? So as we hit support, what do I always say? We're going to retest the higher volume stick up into this area here, okay? So we're going to retest that area at that 150 range. Okay, so we want to see hold, get the W, and then we're going to start heading up again, okay? And then once it breaks this area, a lot of the shorts are going to join the longs, okay? And that's what we're looking for here, okay? That's why we wait for the pullback, okay? Now, as we're looking at this here, we want to also look at Taiwan Semiconductor because we're watching that for a while, and then we'll go over to Microsoft after this too. We want to look at Microsoft. So So now on the Taiwan Semiconductor, what's happening here again? We're pulling back. Somebody said to me, yeah, but you know what though? We didn't pull back all the way on the daily chart. Well, we're on an uptrend. See it? We're on an uptrend for now. Okay. Now the volume is very good. See, now we're coming back to this area right here. This is where we came up with this right there. What happens? We hold the support line. Okay. Come up. Now we're coming back with lighter volume on Taiwan Semiconductor, okay? So we're getting a pullback. So now we want to go to the 2-hour chart and we want to see exactly where we are. We're not ready to buy yet, okay? So now when we were coming off the bottom here and we were pulling back, look at this volume stick and then look at the low volume pulling back with, okay? We knew once we got up and above right there, boom, we came up. Now we wanted to pull back with lighter volume, and we did. And we held. Okay, we held the support area. Because how do we know? We gapped up that next morning. Okay? Now, we're below the moving average on the 2-hour chart. So we want to wait. We're not buying at this moment. Okay? So that's something that we have to keep looking at. Okay? As you look at Caterpillar, and it's the same story. We were looking at Caterpillar the other day. And this is, you want this. You want to get back in. Because you said, you know what? I'm up here. On that one Sunday, we were going over stuff in this area and here. And then, boom, we popped out and we broke out. And said, I can't chase it because I don't want to be a retail trader. I want to be a wholesale trader. How do I become a wholesale trader? Is I come back to the support area on a 2-hour chart and let's see if it holds. Okay. Right now you're holding that area. Okay. So that's something you want to watch very closely on Caterpillar. Okay. Now Microsoft is another thing that's sitting right now at support here. Okay. Right now Microsoft is sitting at a support area. Okay. We shot up right above the resistance area. Now, if this fails here, we're going to have the breakout and then we're going to fail. Okay, we have the breakout and then we fail, and those usually get slammed. Okay, right now, we are holding support. So let's go over the 2-hour chart really quick. And on the 2-hour chart, we're pulling all the way down to the bottom here. Okay, it was right here also, right there. And now we're pulling back with a higher low. Let's see if we hold this spot right here. Okay, we are coming back. Look at the volume interest here, right in that spot. And we are coming back with lighter volume, even though they took profit right in this area. So you're not going to look at. So let's just say we erase that for now. Okay, let's just take that out. Okay, because that's taking a profit there. So let's try to visualize this without that there. Okay, what's coming back? We are coming back with lighter volume here. Okay. So Microsoft is holding right now, and let's see what's going to happen. Because remember, keep the big picture in mind on Microsoft, okay? What is happening? We're straight into the red zone here on the supply line on the weekly chart, okay? And we're very stretched out here, okay? We could get an embedded stochastic, okay, and then keep making runs or go sideways for a little while. Okay, and then break out or go sideways and then start to head back and maybe even test this support at 314. Or we break out, okay? So that's something that we want to continue to keep watching too, okay? You want to look at Boeing because that was a stock that we were looking at, right? So as we went over with Boeing, that's a weekly chart we were just showing right here, and now we're showing the daily chart here, okay? So what is this showing you? Right now, we're at support level. Okay, let's see if we bounce and then we head back a little lower. Okay, let's see if we hold where we got up and above. Okay, we got up and above right here. So let's see if it holds this spot right here on Boeing, okay? Let's look at a 45-minute chart. We do have some profit taking here. We have no buyers right now getting back in. How do I know that? Is I'll look at the lower time frame volume and look at the lower time frame volume there. Okay, we don't have anything, okay, in the buying right now, so on Boeing, okay. Yet, we'll see how that goes. Goldman Sachs, because Goldman Sachs was a stock that we were looking at, because we were looking at how it was bottoming out, and then we were looking at a weekly chart, and what do we see on the weekly chart is we see this right here, okay? So that's what we see, and we got the pennant formation on a weekly chart here, okay? So that's something that you have to watch, okay? We got the squeeze play going on here, okay? When you go to a 2-hour chart, you'll see it a little bit better, okay? As it's pulling back to the support level, which is right in this area right here. Actually, we're at it right now at 330.76 on Goldman Sachs, so we're at the support line. So let's see what's going to happen there with Goldman Sachs, okay? Apple, let's go over Apple. So on Apple, let's look at the week, because we want to look at the overall view, the 20,000 foot view, not the 40,000 foot view. That's on a monthly, okay? So we're going on to the 20,000 foot view on the weekly chart. We got up and above. We made a new high. We broke out, okay, above the last supply area. So now we're waiting for this to pull back. Okay, so we got the breakout. Let's see when we come back. Let's see if it comes back a little bit, and then and then we'll look at it. Okay, it's not something that you want to say, yeah, I'm jumping in, because it broke out. Okay, it did break out, and then on a 2-hour chart we had beautiful support at 178.04. Okay, and now we have support right here at 185. We had support, okay? So that area too, we had support area. So that was something that we were watching. Okay, the TLT, which is the last one here. And as we look at the TLT, which is a 20-year Treasury long position, right now we are in the resistance area of the 2-hour chart. So as we look at we go to the daily chart, we're in resistance, okay? So that's something that people are asking me about. So what's happening? It's weak, okay, right now. So we're trading within the box, and we want to see for a breakout here. Let's see, and then we got resistance right up here. So that's something that we'll be watching the bonds go sideways for a while. Look how they're going sideways for a while here, okay? You're trading within a box here again, okay? So these are sideways consolidations over time. As you look at them on the longer time frames, on the weekly, look as you squeeze that, as we just saw it. Look at it, okay? But what's happening here? Okay, we're starting to build an increase of volume, okay, here at the support level, okay? So this could be a trade. If this thing starts to break out at one point, you're going up here, okay? And right now, TLT is 103.40, and if it breaks out, it'll be in the 121 range, okay? Right now, we're in a nice support area, okay, on the weekly chart of the TLT, on the bonds, okay? A 20-year bond, okay? The Treasury. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Right now, you're going into the area on a daily chart with less volume, okay? Lighter volume. So it's going to pull back at that point. It will pull back. And there's your trading within the box right there, okay? I just want to look at the banks one quick second before we go. And as we look at the banks, what's happening here? Okay, we could be with volume at one point here breaking out here, okay? We don't have a ton of volume with follow through. We want to see this breakout, come back, and then cock it and pass that area. Okay, that's what we want to see on the XLF. And that's something that, as we look at the weekly chart on the XLF, we're coming off support right now on XLF. But we get up and above, okay? And then the swing point here on a weekly chart, 239 million shares, going up with 218. And let's see what I'm sorry, we came into it last week with almost 239 million shares, going to this monster downdraft with 408 million. So we got a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure right here. That's why we're in this area here, okay? This candlestick, velocity candlestick with this velocity volume, going in with 240 million shares at 408, coming down. Okay, you don't have enough shares. You could eat through this and nibble up through it. You can, but you're going to fail eventually because you don't have enough power to get through that. Okay, how you'll know that, obviously, like we always say, we'll go on to the lower time frames, and then we'll see there what's happening exactly. With that said, I want to thank everybody for coming. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel if you like the content. Everybody have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here on Trading Within the Box.